Hey, everybody. How's it going? Is it going okay with you? I'm just peachy as always. So we're going to get into this. Don. A copy of the words of Don, which he spoke to his sons in his last days, in the 125th year of his life. For he called together his family and said, "Listen to my words, you sons of Don, and give heed to the words of your father. I have proven in my heart and in my whole life that truth, with right ruling, is good and well-pleasing to Yahweh, and that falsehood and anger are evil, because they teach men all wickedness. Therefore, my sons, I confess to you this day that in my heart I resolved to put to death Yosef, my brother, the true and good man, and I rejoiced that he was sold, because his father loved him more than us. For the spirit of jealousy and selfishness said to me, you yourself were also his son. And one of this Ruach of Belial stirred me up, saying, Take this sword and slay Yosef with it, so your father shall love you when he is dead. Now this is the Ruach of anger that persuaded me to crush Yosef as a leopard crushes a kid. But the Most High of my fathers did not allow him to fall into my hands, so that I would find him alone and slay him, and cause a second tribe to be destroyed in Israel. And now, my son, see, I'm dying. And I tell you truly that unless you guard yourselves from the ruach of falsehood and of anger, and love truth and patience, you shall perish. For anger is blindness and does not allow one to see the face of any man with truth. For though it be a father or a mother, he behaves as enemies toward them. Though it be a brother, he does not acknowledge him. Though it be a Navi of Yahweh, he disobeys him. Though a righteous man, he does not regard him. Though a friend, he does not recognize him. For the ruach of anger surrounds him with a net of deceit and blinds his eyes and darkens his heart through falsehood and gives him its own distinct vision. And with what does it surround his eyes? With hatred of heart, so as to be envious of his brother. For anger is an evil matter, my sons, for it troubles even the being itself. And it makes the body of the angry man its own, and it gains mastery over his being, and it brings power upon the body to work all wickedness. And when the body does all these matters, the being determines what is done to be right, since it does not see righteously. Therefore, he that is angry, if he is a mighty man, has a threshold of power in his anger, one by the help of his servants, and a second by his wealth, by which he wickedly persuades and overcomes, and thirdly, having his own natural power, by this he works the evil. And though the man of wrath is weak, yet he has a power twofold of that which is by nature. For wrath continually aids in lawlessness. This ruach always goes with falsehood of the right hand of Satan, that his deeds may be worked with cruelty and falsehood. Understand, therefore, the power of wrath, that it is worthless. For first of all, it gives provocation by word, then by deeds it strengthens he who is angry, and with sharp losses disturbs his heart, and so stirs up his being with great wrath. Therefore, when anyone speaks against you, do not be moved to anger. And if any man praises you as Kodesh men, do not be uplifted. Do not be moved either to delight or to disgust. For first it pleases the hearing, and so makes the heart keen to perceive the grounds for provocation. And then being enraged, he thinks that the anger is proven right. If you fall into any loss or ruin, my sons, do not be afflicted, for this very Ruach makes that which is perishable desirable, in order that he may be enraged through the affliction. And if you suffer loss voluntarily or involuntarily, do not be distressed, for wrath with falsehood raises from confusion. Moreover, wrath with falsehood is a twofold trouble, and they assist one another in order to disturb the heart. And when the being is continually disturbed, Yahweh departs from it, and Belial rules over it. Therefore, my sons, observe the commands of Yahweh and guard his Torah. Depart from wrath and hate falsehood, so that Yahweh dwells among you and Belial flees from you. Speak truth, each one with his neighbor, so you do not fall into wrath and confusion, but you shall be in peace, having Yahweh of peace, so no assault overcomes you. Love Yahweh through all your life and one another with a true heart. I know that in the last days you shall depart from Yahweh, and you shall provoke Lewi to anger and fight against Yehudah, but you shall not overcome them, for a messenger of Yahweh shall guide them both, for by them Yisrael shall stand. And whenever you depart from Yahweh, you shall walk in all evil and work the abominations of the Gentiles, going whoring after women of the lawless ones, while with all wickedness the ruach of wickedness work in you. For I have read in the book of Hanach, the righteous, that your prince is Satan, and that all the ruachim of wickedness and pride shall conspire to constantly visit the sons of Lewi, to cause them to sin before Yahweh. And my sons shall draw near to Lewi and sin with them in all matters. And the sons of Yehudah shall be greedy for gain, plundering other men's goods like lions. Therefore, you shall be led away with them into captivity, and there you shall receive all the plagues of Mitzrayim and all the evils of the Gentiles. And so, when you return to Yahweh, you shall obtain favor, and he shall bring you into his mikdash, and he shall give you peace. Shalom, shalom. And unto you shall arise from the tribe of Yehudah and of Lewi the deliverance of Yahweh, and he shall fight against Belial and execute an everlasting vengeance on our enemies. And he shall take the captivity of the beings of the Kodeshim from Belial and turn disobedient hearts to Yahweh and give eternal peace to those that call upon him. And the Kodeshim shall rest in Eden, and the righteous shall rejoice in New Yerushalayim, and the esteem shall be unto Yahweh forever. And no longer shall Yerushalayim endure desolation, nor Yisrael be led captive, for Yahweh shall be in the midst of it, and the Kodesh one of Yisrael shall reign over it. And now, my sons, revere Yahweh, and beware of Satan and his ruachim. Draw near to Yahweh and to the messenger that intercedes for you, for he is a mediator between Yahweh and man. Messenger, that should probably mean, and to the Son of the Most High that intercedes for you, for he is a mediator between Yahweh and man, and he shall stand up against the reign of the enemy for the peace of Yisrael. Therefore the enemy is eager to destroy all that call upon Yahweh. For he knows that on the day on which Yisrael repents, the reign of the enemy shall be brought to an end. For the very messenger of peace shall strengthen Yisrael, that it does not fall into the extremity of evil. And it shall be in the time of the lawlessness of Yisrael that Yahweh shall not depart from them, but shall transform them into a nation that does his desire. For none of the messengers shall be equal to him, and his name shall be in every place in Yisrael. And among the Gentiles. Therefore, my sons, guard yourselves from every evil work, and cast away wrath and all falsehood, and love truth and patience. And the words which you have heard from your father, you shall also make known to your children. Therefore, depart from all unrighteousness, and cling to the righteousness of Yahweh, and your people shall be saved forever. And burying me with my fathers. And when he had said these words, he kissed them and fell asleep at a good old age. And his sons buried him, and after that they carried up his bones and placed them near Abraham and Yitzchak and Yaakov. Nevertheless, Don prophesied to them that they would forget Yahweh and would be estranged from the land of their inheritance and from the people of Yisrael and from the family of their seed. Yeah. Well, see you guys next time. I hope these are, informative, and I hope that I help somebody reading these things. So take care of yourselves. I'll see you next time. Bye.